Five most influential leaders in history. What makes a great leader? Is it the ability to conquer lands, to inspire people, or to change the course of history forever? From ancient battlefield to modern political arenas, a few extraordinary figures have shaped nations and left legacy that still echo today. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the top 5 most influential leaders in history. Let's uncover their story. Leadership has always been a cornerstone of human civilization. Throughout history, leaders have emerged in times of war, crisis, or transformation, guiding their people through challenges and leaving behind enduring legacy. Some expanded empire across continents, others fought for freedom and justice, while some inspired resilience in the darkest hours. The influence of a leader can be measured not only in victories or power, but also in ideas that transcended their lifetimes. From kings and generals to presidents and prime ministers, their decisions changed the fate of millions and shaped the world as we know it today. In this video, we will dive into the lives and achievements of Alexander the Great, Napoleon Bonaparte, Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, and Mahatma Gandhi. Each of them came from different backgrounds and eras. These all demonstrated vision, determination, and the power to influence history on a global scale. Alexander the Great, 356 to 323 BC. Born in Macedonia, Alexander became king at just 20 years old after the assassination of his father, King Philip II. Within a decade, he created one of the largest empires in history, stretching from Greece to Egypt and into India. What set Alexander apart was not only his military genius, but also his vision of cultural integration. He founded more than 20 cities, most famously Alexandria in Egypt, which became a hub of knowledge and trade. His campaigns spread rich culture, language, and ideas across Asia, a process known as Hellenization. Although he died young at the age of 32, Alexander's empire laid the foundation for centuries of cultural and political influence. His ambition and strategy continue to be studied in military leaders and historians today. Napoleon Bonaparte, 1769 to 1821. From humble beginnings on the island of Corsica, Napoleon rose through the ranks of the French military during the turbulent years of the French Revolution. By 184, he crowned himself Emperor of France, establishing a European empire that stretched from Spain to Russia. Napoleon was a master strategist, known for his innovative battle tactics that are still taught in military academies. Beyond warfare, he left behind the Napoleonic Code, a set of civil laws that influenced legal system worldwide. Although his empire eventually collapsed after defeat in Russia and at Waterloo, Napoleon's impact on law, governance, and nationalism shaped Europe for generations. He remained one of the most studied and controversial leaders in history. Abraham Lincoln, 1809 to 1865. The 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, led his country through its greatest internal crisis, the Civil War. Rising from humble beginnings as a self-taught lawyer, Lincoln became a symbol of honesty, perseverance, and moral clarity. His most enduring legacy was the Emancipation Proclamation of 1863, which declared the freedom of enslaved people in Confederate States. Lincoln preserved the Union ended slavery and redefined the meaning of democracy in America. Tragically, he was assassinated in 1865, just days after the Civil War ended. That his leadership, eloquence, and belief in equality made him one of the most respected figures in global history, often ranks as the greatest American president. Winston Churchill, 1874 to 1965. When Britain faced its darkest hour during World War II, Winston Churchill's leadership became a beacon of hope, serving as Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945. Churchill inspired his people to resist Nazi Germany at a time when much of Europe had already fallen. His powerful speeches, such as "We shall fight on the beach" and "Their finest hour," rallied not only the British public but also the entire Allied world. Churchill's unyielding spirit and strategic diplomacy helped secure victory against tyranny. Beyond the war, Churchill was also a prolific writer and historian, winning the Nobel Prize in Literature. Though not without flaws, his legacy as the man who stood firm against Hitler remains unshakable. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869–1948. Unlike the conqueror and warrior before him, Gandhi wielded no army. Instead, he led India's struggle for independence from Britain through the philosophy of nonviolent resistance. Gandhi's approach inspired millions to join peaceful protests, boycotts, and marches, most famously the 1930 Salt March. His belief in truth, simplicity, and moral courage turned him into a symbol of resistance against injustice. Though assassinated in 1948, Gandhi's philosophy influenced global movement for civil rights, inspiring leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela. His life proved that lasting change can be achieved not only through power but through peace. Alexander Horse Bucephalus. This legendary horse was so fierce that no one could tame it, except young Alexander. The bond between man and horse became legendary in history. Napoleon health myth. Many believe Napoleon was very short, but he was actually about 5 feet 6, average for his time. The myth came from differences in French and English measurement system. Lincoln's wrestling career. Before politics, Abraham Lincoln was a skilled wrestler. He reportedly had only one defeat in nearly 300 matches. Churchill the artist. Besides politics, Churchill painted over 500 works of art, finding peace in painting during stressful times. Granted his simple lifestyle. Granted he owned very few possessions, his glasses, sandals, and spinning wheels. These items are now preserved in museums and as powerful symbols of simplicity. Alexander's cultural vision. He encouraged his soldiers to marry women from the region they conquered, blending Greek and local culture. Napoleon's legacy in Europe. More than 200 streets in France are named after his victories and campaigns. Lincoln Gettysburg Address. The famous speech lasted just about 2 minutes, but its impact has lasted for centuries. From battlefield conquerors like Alexander and Napoleon to visionary peers like Gandhi, these leaders remind us of the many phases of influence. Their words, actions, and legacies continue to shape the ways we view leadership today. Which of these leaders inspire you the most? Share your thought below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more history journey.